Bienvenidos a este su canal Everton Azul. Todo Everton, todo fútbol. Hello guys, how are you? This is the match review. We had a game yesterday, Everton versus Crystal Palace at Goodison Park. And guess what? After a wasted opportunity to take 3 points, Everton find themselves outside looking in at all the European competitions. But to help us make sense of yesterday's draw, that feels more like a loss, is our friend and Evertonian through and through, Nick. Hello, Nick. How are you? Welcome.
Thank you, Javi. I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Wonderful, buddy. Thank you so much. I would be so much better if, of course, they wouldn't have drawn the game yesterday. But before we move on, I just want to invite everyone to please like and subscribe to our channel. Please make sure you like it right now, because then we'll have more people watching right at this very moment. So why don't we get into it and let's talk about what happened yesterday. So a draw stings today more than even yesterday, because after watching Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Richarlison just completely waste away those incredible chances, it feels painful, especially because James Rodriguez returned from injury and he scored an amazing goal, and he's just being overshadowed by the fact that his strikers, were their inability to score. So what are your thoughts on what happened yesterday?
You said it. It's frustrating. And I'll be honest. I think we've won a few games this season, probably playing worse than we played yesterday. We created opportunities. We had chances, and you can go back to the 1-0 win over Southampton and the 1-0 win over West Brom, where we played terrible but still found a way to win. Yesterday we didn't play bad. We couldn't finish, and I think that makes it that much more frustrating that we did show up, and James clearly made a contribution in creating all those opportunities and just simply couldn't finish.
Yeah, there was a moment. Richarlison, to begin with, missed a few headers that I could not understand. I mean, one, he may have been falling as he headed. The other one might have been just a little bit too out of his range, but he didn't quite connect it right. But to me, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was the one that I just could not understand. How can anybody in front of the goal, with all you have to do is take a step to the right, kind of like maybe, I understand the pace of the game. I understand how fast things happen. But I feel like Dominic Calvert-Lewin doesn't quite take these opportunities or doesn't make the right decisions when he has to take these opportunities. He doesn't have that cold what it requires to get that last touch done. What are your thoughts on Dominic Calvert-Lewin? I mean, I was really disappointed, I have to be honest.
Yeah, when Carlo came in initially and talked about Calvert-Lewin and how he wanted to develop him and what sort of skills he wanted him to develop, it was all about one-touch finishes. It was making the run, using his speed, using his strength, being in the right position, and putting the goal away whenever he was delivered the pass. And yesterday he was put in a couple situations where he was dribbling the ball, he was one-on-one against the keeper, and that's not really a part of his game that he's developed yet, and it's a part he needs to develop. Yesterday, I'm with you. A couple times yesterday, he tried to shoot it between the keeper's leg, or try to just kind of be cute and pin it on the far corner. When I think he could have taken a step and dribbled the keeper, and he had a wide open net. And that was frustrating. So that absolutely is a part of his game that he needs to develop. If we want to compete for Europe and get to the next level, you can't just always rely on the easy tap-ins. It's not always going to be that way.
And we'll get to that in just a second. But you have a player like Batshuayi, that the Belgium international, that all he has to do is come in, take one touch. Fine. I understand that Michael Keane could have done a lot better at that moment. But all he has to do was cross it. I mean, with absolutely no angle, and he still scores. Yep. Richarlison also had an opportunity just like that, where he could have gone to the other opposite corner. No, he tries to be cute and put it on the first angle, and it was completely wrong. That's where the goalie was. The goal, yeah. And I could not believe that he also missed Richarlison. I want to especially talk about a moment where after he was fouled near the box, he took the ball and decided that he's going to take the free kick himself. Lucas Digne, Sigurdsson, and James are usually the designated free kick takers, and yet the Brazilian would not relent. He held the ball and he ended up taking the shot that eventually just went over the crossbar. I mean, how is that team like? I don't think that was a sportsman like. Was it?
That one's tough. Because I'll be honest, Javi, I would much rather have a guy who wants to take the shot than a guy who doesn't. Right? I want that mentality of, I'm going to score this, and that confidence that I want to take that shot. But I think at some point, Coleman was the captain. Correct. Someone needed to step in and say, hey, Richie, I know you want to take this, but this isn't your job. We've got other guys who can do that. And that's the part that I didn't like. Gylfi was standing there, who's captained a lot of games this year, and you kind of just saw the expression on his face that was kind of just like, well, he wants to take it. I guess, we'll let him take it. If it's not his job to take it, someone else needs to step in and tell him, hey, Richie, I love your confidence, man, but, this isn't your job. But I don't fault Richarlison there because I want my guy to want to take it. But he did have some negative mannerisms he was showing whenever he was kind of jerking his arm away, like, don't touch me, I'm doing this, and that wasn't a good look. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, and I hope that Carlo Ancelotti has a chat with him because there has to be some order when it comes to, I mean, there's absolutely no doubt that Gylfi Sigurdsson takes every penalty, and there's a reason why, and I am sure that everybody wants a chance. But there's a reason why they take those shots, and they're effective. Gylfi Sigurdsson, especially with his right foot, that would have been the perfect opportunity for him. And Richarlison wasted it away. But needless to say, he did work very hard defensively, and I think that for that he's got to get credit. I just wish it would have been different, a different score, obviously.
Absolutely.
But anyways, like we mentioned, James Rodriguez returned from 45 days of inactivity, but he also scored his 100th goal or career goal in Europe. And he becomes the first Colombian who's not a striker to score 100 goals playing in Europe, in European competitions. So that's an incredible feat. I mean, very proud to be Colombian. I'm very proud to have James Rodriguez as an Evertonian. And obviously overshadowed by what happened. So what are your thoughts on that 100th goal? Do you remember how it happened? And yeah, just tell me how you felt when that ball just went in. I mean, there was no room for it, and he went in.
On his right foot too.
With his right foot.
Everything about the left, and he's shown a couple times this year. I forget. I'm trying to think the other goal he scored. That was a great goal. That was on his right when he cut across the middle of the top of the box in another game. But yeah, the funny thing is, James created that opportunity because he had a beautiful ball that he switched the field over to Digne, who played a little 1-2 with Richarlison and allowed Digne to run into the box. It was and then that. Just a beautiful build-up, and James started it. James finished it, and Coleman. I thought Coleman played well. Coleman got onto the end of the ball there after the cross and took his time and picked out James, and just a amazing finish. I wouldn't expect anything else. I mean, James, that is a perfect example of the quality that Everton has lacked. Not only over the last couple years, but in the match itself, right? What were we lacking? It was that finishing quality in the final third that Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin couldn't find, and James, I think that was his only shot of the game, and just perfectly tucks it near post, off the side of the post. It was just a great finish.
Phenomenal. That to me has to be one of the goals of the season. I have to be honest, because I just don't see anyone else making that shot, and I don't know how he put it between everybody the way that he did. It was phenomenal. But anyways, maybe luck. I don't know. I just know he's got quality, and that's the reason why, I'm so happy that he's an Evertonian. But let's try to analyze the reasons why Ancelotti decided to take James out after he had been playing a good game, but also taking Seamus Coleman out. I mean, I don't understand what happened there, because obviously on the right side, that's where we're vulnerable, and that's where the goal came. And then Seamus Coleman's gone. Ben Godfrey is actually working on the right-hand side when we know Ben Godfrey is not very comfortable. He's really good on the left side. But on the right side, I mean, come on. That was just, I don't know what happened to Ancelotti with those changes. Please explain it to me. What happened?
Well, we were getting hurt down the left flank. Wilfred Zaha, the left wing for Palace, is just incredible on the ball. He's got tons of pace. And when Coleman was getting forward and overlapping with James, it was creating a weakness in the back, and it was pulling Michael Keane out on Wilfred Zaha in a lot of one-on-one opportunities. So I'm sure Carlo thought, okay, I need to address this. So he brings in Ben Godfrey, who's probably your fastest defender. He's got a ton of pace and ton of skill, and he clearly told him, I want you to mark Zaha on that left wing. And Godfrey, marked Wilfred Zaha. But the issue there is that, like you said, that's the same side they still scored the goal on. And in that sequence, Zaha had dropped really deep to receive the ball, and it pulled Godfrey away from the box, just like Coleman had been away from the box all game. And then now there's this space in behind, and then you have another mistake where Keane jumped to the same guy that Mina was stepping to, and then it opened up the space in behind. So I understand Carlos' thoughts there in that we're getting killed down the left side. Let's put our best defender on that side and man mark Zaha. But it's just unfortunate that
That's
Palace
why
did
he
a
came
great
in.
job to pull him away from the goal. And maybe Holgate would have been better suited there. We saw Holgate man marking Sadio Mane in that Liverpool game on that left flank, and he did a great job. I don't know, but it's hindsight's 2020, right?
Absolutely, but it also seems that we play a lot better when we only have 3 defenders back there. So if you were to have it, I feel like Jerry Mina would be a good right defender. I don't know. What are your thoughts on that? Because this way, I think you give Keane the center, which I feel he's best suited for, and then you can probably have Ben Godfrey on the left. Is that something that could probably happen in the future? I think we've seen it before, right? And I mean, when we finally decide we're going to attack, we're going to actually be creative, having Jerry on the right would probably be not a bad idea. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. I think that it works much better when you have Allen or Decore in there who just cover so much more ground, let's be honest, than Davies and Gomes. And yesterday was a situation where you didn't have Decore, you didn't have Allen, so you didn't have that coverage from your central defensive midfielders that you would normally have to possibly pick up some slack here and there. So it's tough. Carlo, when he came in, said one of our weaknesses at defending was that our center backs didn't have a lot of speed. They didn't have a lot of individual defending ability, which is why he brought in a guy like Godfrey who can defend one-on-one a lot better than Mina or Keane in space against like a Wilfred Zaha. But yeah, without Allen in there, without Decore in there, you don't have that coverage that you would normally have. But I thought Gary was our best defender yesterday. I do, from a defending perspective. I can't remember one mistake Mina made to me that stands out. I can think of mistakes that the others made that were concerning.
Yeah, but come on, man. We have Benteke that usually plays on the left, and then they had Zaha who switched with him, right? And all of a sudden, now Zaha is up against Seamus Coleman, who's not really there. I mean, come on. I completely agree with you. We were having trouble there, but we were being effective up until the last 5 minutes of the game, and this is what bothers me so much. But anyways, I
completely agree with you that Yerry Mina would have been just as effective, if not more effective, than Michael Keane in that situation. I'm totally on the same page. I'm just saying, in general, it's tough for either of them if you don't have Allen in there who can just help cover so much extra ground.
So
and
help a little further up, where actually the other team needs to be stopped. Teams are not stopped at the defender at your defender line. They're stopped in the middle of the field. That's where you control the game. And I completely agree. That's exactly what happened yesterday. With only 5 minutes to go, we didn't have it. Even though I have to say Tom Davis, I think, did a really good job. What are your thoughts on Tom Davis yesterday? Because I saw a lot of leadership by him, and I feel that he has matured, tremendously. I think he was strong, and he was commanding.
Yeah, he played well. I think he could have been better on the ball. I think he gave the ball away a few times, but defensively covering ground, he was great. We got put in a tough situation. No Allen, no Decore, and then what happens? Gomes gets hurt. Andre Gomez gets hurt in the 20th minute. So there goes your probably 3 of your 4 best defensive midfielders right off. You don't have, and you're forced to bring in Gylfi, who's not a defensive player, and that puts more pressure on Tom Davies. So it was tough. Absolutely, still should have won the game, finish your goals, but Davies played well. He was at a disadvantage without much help in the defensive midfield.
Okay, well, we're going to almost wrap it up. But before I do that, if you haven't, please make sure you like this video. Please, please, please like this video, because guess what? We get more people to watch, okay? So thank you so much. And I am trying to do this in English. My English is not that great, but I appreciate you, Nick. You're understanding what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
But anyways, I did say in Spanish on my commentary yesterday that Everton reaching European competitions or maybe aiming at reaching European competitions and having Carlo Ancelotti as a manager, having a new stadium would be very attractive for world-class players in the summer transfer window, right? But right now, it seems like they're shooting themselves in the foot, aren't they? I mean, after their last performances, I don't even think we're going to reach European competitions, not even Europa League.
Yeah, and if you want to land the top targets around the world, you need to be playing in Europe, even if it's Europa. And you look at all of these names that are rumored that we may be after, and it's always against top 6 competition, right? It's this person is considering Tottenham and Everton and Arsenal, or this person's considering Man United and Everton. Well, all those other teams I just listed, maybe not Arsenal this year, but they're going to be in European competition. And if I'm a target for a team, I'm probably going to choose the team that's playing in Europe. So that definitely puts you at a disadvantage. I'm not going to count us out yet, Javi. I think somehow after all the home losses and points we dropped to the bottom half of the table teams, we still have a chance. And that starts, of course, on Monday, and immediately after that, you play Tottenham, who currently is in the position ahead of you in 5th, and you're only 2 points behind them with a game in hand. So I'm not giving up, but you're right. You kind of like during the game yesterday, as Richarlison missed and Calvert-Lewin missed, you just kind of had this sense that this is going to come back to bite you. It's the exact same with these losses. These are going to come back to bite us, I think, with Europa qualification.
Why don't we recount those losses, okay? We're talking about Southampton. We're talking about Newcastle. Twice! We're talking about Fulham, Leeds.
Burnley.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, I understand losing to Manchester United. I understand losing to Manchester City. West Ham, who's actually doing really well. I'm embarrassed that we lost to West Ham. But I mean, David Moyes right now must be really having a ball, enjoying his team. Of course, Chelsea, who are doing just as well. And I mean, come on. I mean, I don't think we have what it takes to fight for Champions League. I don't think we have what it takes to fight for Europa at this point, because I mean, I don't want to be pessimistic, but let's say, for example, we get in 6th place. You honestly think that we're going to, show an incredible form? I mean, the way that we're playing right now, or the way that I mean, I don't know. Maybe we need spectators. We need, I don't know. What do we need? We need right side. We need a right side. We need another striker.
Yeah, absolutely. But if you get into Europa, if you find a way to sneak in, as we just said, I think it helps you attract the talented players in the transfer market and can really help you build this faster than if you don't get into Europa. So definitely, there's still a chance. It's still there. There's plenty of points to be had, and as we know, just like Chelsea losing to West Brom 5-2 this weekend, and Tottenham drawing Newcastle, these other teams we're competing against are dropping just as many points as we are. But we're running out of time. So you got to figure it out quickly.
Well, I guess there isn't much to say. 1-1 versus Crystal Palace. We have Brighton next, and we'll have a match preview pretty soon. So I really appreciate everyone. Remember to make sure you like this video and please subscribe to our channel. We do this in English, but we mostly do it in Spanish. But I really want to thank Nick because you, like I said, a true Evertonian, and I really appreciate you stopping by our channel and chatting with us about what took place yesterday. Anything else you'd like to say, Nick?
Up the Toffees.
Up the Toffees, guys. Thank you once again. And we'll see you for the next one. All right. Thank you so much for being here with us. Ciao.